Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I am overwhelmed to be here today. Look at all these transactions. Look at that. It's a lot. It's a lot. So we're going to go over all the details of everything that happened this month and where did the money go and how much is left and what am I going to do moving forward. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. This is a sinking funds video. Basically, this is a separate account from my checking account, and I have line items for everything that total that checking or that savings account. So this is totally separate from when I do my bills, my fixed and variable expenses that run out of my checking account. This is just directly savings. Normally I don't have this many transactions. I would have one or two bills that come out, and then this is November, so Christmas time. I buy everything early for our Christmas and make sure it's in the mail before or right around Black Friday and that holiday so I can beat the rush of everything being mailed out. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. As you can see, there's a lot of things happening here. So what happened? What's going on? Why does it look crazy with all these arrows and check marks and everything filled out? Two things happened that were big. One, I had to use a lot of home maintenance to cover two checks that were written to cover the plumbing issues that I was having in my house. One I knew about and could get it fixed whenever I got the money saved up. We got the money saved up, and then we went down there with the plumber and saw that, oh, there's another leak. There's another problem. And what we had saw was the pipe that needed fixed. There was no leak because we didn't have the water connected or hooked to that, but the main water that comes in to our house through our basement and then through the rest of the house had a leak right there. And that's why my bill for my water increased about $40 2 months in a row, and now $48 more in the third month. So we're just like, okay, we found why we were spending so much more on water. It wasn't the price didn't go up. It wasn't anything other than we had a leak and we were watering a bush that's right outside my window in my bedroom in front of the house where the main water line comes in. Was well watered and flourished very well. Unfortunately, that bush had to be completely removed in order to get to this pipe and fix it. So they removed it. We're just going to put something new there next year and it'll be fine. We might just redo all the flower beds and that'll be fine too. So that new project, we'll save up for it. So we had that, and then my car, the car maintenance, I took it back in. I was without a car for a week and it needed new shocks and struts and whatever the car parts were. And I had to get new brakes and brake drums and for the front of the car and oil change. I think those were the three things. It was $1,359 for the whole thing, after already spending $3,000 in the previous month that I used when I transferred from my high yield savings to my checking account, because not only did my car need fixing that month, but in the previous month I had new insulation put in the house. So we have done at least $30,000 worth of work on our house and vehicles and maintenance and stuff throughout this year because of the age of the home and things that need to be taken care of. And yeah, that's where we're at. And it's so funny because my husband gets a military retirement. He gets VA disability, and one of our sons pays rent. And my husband's pay for his salary for his regular job, his take home is, close or just above $30,000. So we spent his entire salary this year that he would have gotten. So that puts that into perspective on how much we did this year. Thankfully, we could do it all in cash, and I can pay off the credit card. I am negative here in my sinking funds. I'm still positive in the account, but these extra funds are actually paying for this other stuff. So I kind of have to replenish the savings account and build it back up so I won't be in the red anymore. And I decided to move all the money around in order to be red only in one category, not several categories. So that's what I did here. All right, I'm zoomed in to give you, make sure you can see what I've done here. First, let's see where the money moved within the account. So it's one savings account is all it is. But on paper, I track where I want the money to be assigned. So I put this, I took my Roth IRA. Basically, I'm not going to take this Roth IRA and build up another $1,000 into this year. I could, because I turned 50 this year, but I need that money to cover this other stuff. So I took what was in there, which was $800, and I put $757.61 of it here to car maintenance. So I increased this. I subtracted from here and I added it to here. So whatever I had in car maintenance, like $50, you know, whatever my monthly was, that's what I added there. And then I took what was left for $42.39 and moved it all the way up here to home maintenance. Okay. And when I did that, that kind of got the balance, or I added that $42.39 to what I had here as a normal deposit for home maintenance, which I think is also $50. So there's that. And then earlier this month, I had husband's car battery died, and we used the car fund that had over $600 in it to cover this payment, or this charge on our credit card for $233.19. So we already had that taken out, and then we had a total of $460.86 left. So we took that total and also added it to car maintenance. So car fund is now officially no longer a line item anymore. The reason I had car fund, we had them separated in two savings accounts at one point, and then brought these two line items together. And then now that they're all together, I only need the one line item. So I don't need both anymore. That's where all the money moves happen within the account without even actually moving any money. That's just where the totals went. And that's where I got the numbers from on how I can pay for the charge for my vehicle that I just paid, as well as these two checks for the plumbing that just happened, in addition to other bills that happened this month too. So let's start at the top and we'll just work our way down on what the ending balances are. So I'm just going to kind of go like this. That just tells me to skip through all that because nothing happened in those categories. I have my calculator here. Let's kind of move this around so we can see. I think I'm a little too close to do all the math here, but I just wanted to get a good up close so you can see all the scratches of what was going on this month. There we go. So Amazon Prime, I have $12.56. September was when I paid it. October was the first month I added deposit. November's the second month. So I can add that twice, and that gives me $25.12. All right, Apple subscription, that's supposed to happen in December, and that is mine for my laptop. I have Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and all those, and it's a MacBook Air, and so in order to have it all on there, I needed to have a subscription for it. I think it's Microsoft 365 now, I don't know. And then, so it's $58.30 plus $5.83. That gives me $64.13. I think with tax it's $70 some. So I'm gonna add a little more to this next month, and you'll see that in next month's setup. Xander identity theft. So as you can see here, for some reason I still have $13. Normally it's supposed to go to 0 and then the next month they start. So I'm gonna skip next month. But I have $145. I put $13 and then I took out $145, so that left $13. Not sure how I did that, but I did. Norton utility, that's for my husband's laptop. That's $48.34. He gets it renewed every year for security, and then that is $53.67. Canva is $70. It's $10 a month. I don't know if the prices are going up for just creators and what I use it for personal, but I think it is definitely going up for business. I did hear about that, so that's going to change. Epidemic Sound, I left $1 in there. I didn't do the math right, and then I did 11, so that makes $12. That's all I really need in there right now, because that just came out last month as well. Home maintenance, here's where the crazy happened. So I had $295.66. I added this $42.39 plus the $50, which gives me $92.39 together. So if I take those two numbers, $295.66 plus $92.39, and then I subtract that gives me $388.05. I subtract the $255, which is one check that got paid, and then the $775. That leaves me a negative $641.95. So basically, I moved all the money I needed to cover the checks, but I don't have enough in this one category. So I'm going to be doing a lot of catch up in this one category. Next, I have Orkin. That happened this month. 97.01 plus the 42.98 equals the 139.99, and that brought that to zero. Propane, somehow I thought I was bringing it to zero, but I was bringing it to $20. So I left the $20. Next month I won't fund that. Some of these I won't fund because I accidentally funded it this month and did my math off. I don't know what, I was so off this month. We have $30 for trash. That's the average we spend on trash. We get charged quarterly, but that's the average we spend per month. So I just put $30 aside. Car maintenance. So again, I moved this money, this $757 here to car maintenance, and I moved what was left in this car fund here, bringing it to zero. So a lot of money went in here. And basically, I'm bringing my car maintenance to zero for the actual amount that I needed for the dealership when I had to pay for my car. I had to get it out of the dealership jail. I swear, they like keeping it all week. And I really needed my car. There we go. So yeah, these two numbers added together gives me the same amount that I needed for my vehicle, which brings it to zero, and I can start new next month for car maintenance. And then I have here taxes and tags. So 108.78 plus the 20 is 128.78. And then tax prep, I have 160 because I only add $20 to that. Birthday, Christmas. Oh, birthday, Christmas. How am I going to do this? I think what I'm going to do, because I have not made the payment out of this account just yet. I might do that in December. So I'm going to leave a balance here and wait until next week to make the payment. I've already made a bunch of purchases and I know how much it is. So I'm just going to make the payment going into next month, and I'll add that payment. I'll take the payment out here. I don't want to take the payment out now because it's really just going to deplete. It may even put it in negative. So I'm just going to leave it until next month to do, and that's fine. It'll just sit on the credit card for a little while. $703.05 is what I have. Added 100. And I did pay $149.91. There were some transactions behind the scenes that I actually had purchased things. Like my dad made a request, can you order this for me? It was Shutterfly. And then my father-in-law doesn't have Amazon Prime, and he wanted to buy something simple, and we ordered it and had it shipped to his house. So he used our Prime to do that, which is not a problem. $653.14 is what it is. That's how much we have left for Christmas and birthday. This will go to zero in December. So this will start over again in December. Once I make this payment, I want to make this payment to the credit card. And any of the difference, I'll probably just take it out of miscellaneous or something like that. It's not much, in order to pay off the credit card for everything that we have for Christmas, or use income for November to pay it off. Now, since I moved all my money out of the Roth IRA category into the car maintenance and home fund, and that's down to zero, that's going to go away, because starting January 1st, we're doing something different. We're actually going to have automated draft of the Roth IRA from my husband's, or from our joint checking account to fully fund our Roth a little bit every month. Now we get to do $8,000 a year, and with $8,000 a year, that's like, let's do the numbers. 8,000 for 2 people, that's $16,000 a year divided by 12 months. We're actually transferring this number over and completely funding it fully at $8,000 for my husband, $8,000 for me by the end of the year. That is going to be a new thing going forward for the next 20 years. That is what we're going to do. So that's going to take care of us in our retirement years. That is our oxygen mask to protect us. And since we're late to the game doing this, that's what we're doing. Now, dividends, I did move 456. I thought I was bringing, what was it? Orkin to zero? No, not Orkin. Propane to zero, but what I was doing is leaving $20 and just keeping that even, which was fine. So that was moved there. And I still have $1,550 here in the sinking funds. That is a mouthful. I was trying to track as I went on what I spent, and I stopped at Lego.com, which was one of my son's Christmas, which I did really good with his Christmas. I bought 3 Lego kits around $100, $150 each, and I had $130 worth of Lego cash I could use or cash out with the rewards program. And normally I only reach $100, but I reached $130 this year, and so that was reduced by actually $131 for his Legos, and I was so happy to get that on sale. And that, well, they don't go on sale, but have that reward available to lower the price. And yeah, that was just awesome. I really loved that. And then I have a lot of transactions for my other son because he likes t-shirts. He mostly gets t-shirts and video games. So that's what we did, t-shirts and video games. Oh, boys. All right, so I already have this totaled up. We're good to go. Let's total how much the withdrawal is. Hopefully the number turns out right. This is a hot mess. I do apologize. So I hope this number's right. I haven't pre-done any of this, so yeah, it's a little scary. I have $4,538.06. I'm going to come up with a number, and then I'm going to total this down and make sure it matches. So 3,391.77 minus 1,758.80 minus, I didn't do that right. 3,391.77 plus 1,758.80 minus 453,806. Okay. 612.51. I think that is right. If I tried to pay my son's Christmas right now and birthday, I would go negative in the entire bank account. So I have to wait. Even though I'm giving myself this amount to put towards Christmas and birthday, I have to wait until December when I make a deposit for all the sinking funds in order to cover it. And then also maybe include in that deposit and somebody to bring that negative down. That would be awesome. Right now I'm slated to do about 200 that I came up with because I am not funding some of these, and I can kind of move that money over and concentrate on this. But we'll have to wait and see. Editing Lisa here. I just realized I went through all this math and did not total this up in front of you, and I went back off camera and did it and realized this was wrong from my original number by $3 or $4. So I want to go back and redo this total and get this right for you guys. I was rushing through, I think. Sorry about the glare. I was rushing through a little bit, and yeah, just didn't realize I didn't do that. I think I was just overwhelmed by all the numbers and what had happened this month as I was talking it through with you guys. It's just been one of those months and it's been hard. So let's go ahead and go through these numbers. All right, did I get the same number? I got the same number. I don't know why it didn't total correctly unless I haven't totaled this column correctly. So let's review this in my deposits. All right, so that number stayed the same. I don't know why it's not matching up to this, because this number here, $603.39, is the bank account number that I need to know. Obviously, I don't have enough money to pull out to pay for Christmas and birthdays. So, yeah, let's see what we've got. 3,000. Okay, I don't know what number I had before, but now I have the correct number. So I will be putting this in the video and editing the other part out. So I do apologize if this video is a little choppy and what I have here, but this is where we're at. $603.39 will be going, will be the new beginning balance. And what I actually have in my my savings account, my money market account, after paying for the car, after paying for the home maintenance and all the things. And then next month we'll take care of the Christmas and birthday and all the things then. But that is where we're at, and yeah, I feel better now that I've fixed that problem. Normally I do my savings tracker as well, but not a lot has happened in there. I only have like one transaction that happens once a month. I did have to add a spending tracker page. I ran out of room here, so I added a whole nother page and used some washi. So these are my notes on some things here, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and write this out for the spending track or savings tracker. This is my high yield savings account we do not want to touch. Recently we put $9,000 in there from one of my husband's traditional Roths that we're converting into a Roth IRA post-tax instead of pre-tax, and so we're gonna have to pay the taxes on that, and we put some tax money here in savings as we transfer money over and set that up for this year. So everything stays the same. 20,000 for this one, 4,000 vacation fund. I might just move that just to the emergency fund because we did deplete the emergency fund by 10,000 and I really am not comfortable with that. 9,000 for taxes. Sorry, I'm writing on the coil, so it's sloppy. And then I did get over $100 worth of interest added to the account. 597.08 plus the 103.27, and that gives me 700. Just after a few months of having it in the Edward Jones account, I have $700 that we've gotten in this account, so that works really, really well. So let's just finish this out. 103.27 and 0. $20,000, 4,000, 9,000, and 735. Very simple. So currently we're sitting on 33,735. And this is why I didn't want to get money out for what we were going through with the plumbing and the car. I don't really want to touch that. I want to let that grow for a good while until the interest is enough that we can, you know, if we could use the money, we would. But I just want to leave it there and let it grow. I don't want to really mess with that at all. As you can see, I got a lot of, there's the Lego charge. And here's all the my son's Christmas and birthday charges there. It's quite a bit. And then my husband's that you saw earlier. and I did not highlight like I was supposed to. So yeah, I still got 4 more days, so I don't know how much of this page I'm going to fill out, but you know, it's here when I need it, so that works out pretty good. I don't think I'll need the back side, but you never know. So that was my sinking funds and savings tracker closeout. A lot happening here. Holidays. Keeping on track of the busy seasons by tracking as you go is not easy, but if you make a routine and carve out a specific time to do it and just take a deep breath and go, I can do this, and you know, maybe say a prayer before you get into it for clarity of mind as you're working through. Just go in and just get it done and get over, and then reward yourself. Give yourself a little treat afterwards for doing a good job and getting in and actually doing your transactions. I think that's a good thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
As a young girl, it feels we're mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a